So Sarah here, and welcome to my channel. I do apologize, I have a little bit of a cold from actually going on this cruise, but don't let that stop you. It was so much fun. So let me just start out with saying we flew out from St. Louis. I was in St. Louis at the time visiting family and friends. We actually took a red-eye flight, me and two of my sisters, so we had to stay overnight. This is the little bench area that we slept in, and then we got to meet up with my parents and one of my other sisters, and then my last sister was flying in a little bit later in the morning. We then took the earliest shuttle that we could over to the port, and it was about an hour drive. The shuttle left at 10 a.m. and it was a really pretty drive. The bus driver was really nice. He did all of our bags for us. He also just explained different things to us and was super fun. We then just waited in line to board the ship. So this is kind of what the line looks like. We brought our own luggage on, but you can totally have people carry your luggage on for you. You'll just get it delivered to your room later. They also did a drug check, so I will just say be mindful of that if you're thinking about bringing anything with you. They did have dogs checking, and we did go out of Port Canaveral in Florida, so I don't know if restrictions are different in different areas, but that is what we experienced. After we walked on, we went to our muster station, and this is where you'll meet up if anything happens on the ship and you need to get off. They gave us a briefing of safety precautions, where our life vests are, things like that. We then got lunch, and it started to rain a little bit, so then we went and unpacked our bags because we were able to get into our rooms, and then we came and joined for the sail away party, which has music and drinks and fun and dancing and all sorts of good stuff. After this, I just showered and just kind of got ready for the evening, changed into my outfit for dinner, and hung out in my parents' room, drank some wine. You are able to bring a bottle of wine and a pack of cans with you on board, so that's what I did. Since we have 7 of us, it does take a little bit more coordinating, so we met up in the atrium every single night, and then we checked in for dinner, and then we got seated for dinner. Usually it only was about a 20-minute wait. We always had tables that fit between 6 and 8, and we just usually squished together, and it was so fun. Cheers! After dinner each night, we went to the Victoriana Theater for whatever show was going on, whether it was a comedy show, whether it was a musical, or even the Love and Marriage show. It's all so fun to go to. Day 2 was our first full day at sea, and we went to brunch at the Sea Day Brunch, and they have a menu with great options. You can get drinks, different foods, all sorts of great stuff. And then we decided we wanted to go hang out at the pool this day, and it was a little bit cloudy. It did rain a little bit here and there, but it was actually supposed to rain like all week, and it held off, and besides this day. So we were super grateful and super blessed for that. It was just fun getting to hang out that morning, and then we went to lunch at the Mongolian Walk, or at least I did. It was super good. I ended up getting it later in the week again. Most of the food is free, but a couple restaurants are paid if you decide to pay for it. After our pool day, we went and got showered and changed for more fun stuff. There are so many things to do on board. You will seriously never get tired or bored of doing things if you just allow yourself to do stuff. It's all listed on the app, which you'll be able to access once you get on board the ship. And we went to a trivia. They were doing that sing-along. There's literally so many different things you can do for all ages. We ended up bringing some card games also because we really like to play games, and so we actually played in this area a lot because it was just a beautiful view. It was lots of tables available. It was kind of out of the way, but you're also still part of everything if you want to be. We got some great drinks from the Red Frog rum bar that is inside. They also have one outside on the Lido deck, and it's just great to spend quality time together. They have amazing artists on board. We got to listen to different people sing and play the violin, and it was so enjoyable to get to do before dinner every night. We also got family photos this night. They have a ton of different backdrops for you to choose from. They'll take your photos, you get to look at them later and see what you want to buy. It was formal night, so we were all dressed up a little bit more, which is fun to get to do every once in a while, and the sunset was so pretty. It was just beautiful views that night.
To get these people dancing, you know the dance moves, right? You know, a bit of all that stuff, alright? Okay, you ready? DJ Renzo, whenever you're ready. Ain't no what? Ain't no mountain low enough.
So that person that was standing there in the gold sparkly jacket, his name is Andy, and he is the cruise director on board the Carnival Freedom. He was a big part of our cruise. We loved him. He is the best cruise director ever. This is only my second cruise, and I never want to go on another one without him. He is so fun. He's so genuine. He made you feel welcome. He talked to everybody. He was funny. He got to do a comedy show at the end of the week, and we just seriously loved him. So I had to add a couple clips of him because we loved him. He was a big part of our experience, and we hope that everybody gets to cruise with Andy someday. We had fun going to the casino a couple different days. My youngest sister is finally 21 this year, so she got to go to the casino and actually won some money, a little bit more than the rest of us. Then we went to a 10:30 p.m. comedy show. It was really fun. And then after this, we got some pizza from the little pizza shack. I can't remember what it's called. It was seriously such good pizza. We got it a couple nights and I really enjoyed it. Day 3 was our first port day, which was at Amber Cove. We went and got breakfast at the buffet, and then after this we did do an excursion that we had booked ahead of time through Carnival. We did the 27 waterfalls and the zip lining, and so it's technically called 27 waterfalls, but you don't actually do 27 waterfalls. You go and see about 7 different waterfalls. You get to slide down them. They're natural slides, and then the zip lines afterwards are also really cool. It felt a little bit unsafe because there was lightning and thunder, and it was starting to rain, and they still kept us going, so that was a little bit freaky, but I still had so much fun. This was actually my favorite port day, I think, just because we got to go do the waterfalls. I felt like we got to see more of the Dominican in this way. We had a great tour guide. We just had a lot of fun together. We also got to have a meal included in our excursion. It was like a mixture of what I would imagine Dominican Republic food would be, as well as some American food, because most of us are American. I didn't actually get to record on the waterfalls or the zip lines. I didn't even record our food because I couldn't bring my phone with me to those excursions, and the food, I just forgot to go bring my phone because I was so used to not having it this day. But I did take some beautiful clips of our drive, the mountains, the jungle, the townspeople. Everybody was super kind. Well, at least everybody that we talked to. It was just a really great experience. Oh, and also I did want to say that at the start of our excursion, we did have to do about a 30-ish minute hike. It was very slow paced though. They stopped a lot. They gave us some water bottles. So I would say that even if you're not experienced hiking at all, you would totally be fine. You're also very close to sea level, so the elevation really isn't going to be too much of an impact. We did the hike up to the waterfalls, and then once we got to the waterfalls, we went through and basically went back down all the way to the bottom of the hike. We did have to do a little bit of walking after we got back to our bus, and then they drove us over to where the zip lines were, and that's where we ate lunch. It was probably about like an hour or so that we were there. You got to go to the bathroom, you could put on more sunscreen, all that good stuff, and then we did the zip lines, and then after that they just drove us back to the port. It was really cool getting to drive through the city. I liked seeing the different just the different stores they had, the restaurants, the gas stations. I like seeing how different or how similar it could be to living in the US. But there were a ton of cool excursions that you could choose from this day. So I would say if you're going to want to do an excursion, definitely check it out. There are so many different options. Two of my sisters and my mom, they actually went to do the waterfalls and monkeys, but because of the weather, they didn't get to see the monkeys. They did get their money back for that portion of it though. But there were so many cool things. So definitely check out the excursions for Amber Cove because they have so many different excursions to offer. Once we got back on the ship, we got to see our cute towel animal that they made for us this day. They took my sister's bunny and then they made a little bunny and put them together, which was so cute. And then they gave us these desserts. I guess it's because we had some issues trying to check in for dinner the night before. But yeah, so they gave us these desserts. We already ate them by the time I was trying to show you guys for the video. They were really good. And then after this, we just had dinner and then we went to the Love and Marriage show, which is definitely my favorite show. It's so fun.
So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back over there. I wanna come back out. And when I come back on the stage, you better act like Jesus just walked up to me. Alright, just write your name for me so I can say your name. I don't have to call you, partner number one, partner number two.
Instead of getting pizza after the show tonight, I decided to get the deli. I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the pizza. So day 4 was at the Grand Turk Port Day, and we walked out and they had all these towel animals on literally all the chairs in the Lido deck, so that was cool. And this was the view off of my parents' balcony. They had a suite room, so it was really fun to get to go hang out on their balcony, and they had just a bigger space for us to all be part of. And this day we mostly hung out at the beach. We did not plan an excursion. And then after hanging out at the beach for a little while, we went over to the Margaritaville that's right next to the beach there. They had a DJ. The pool was so fun. We went to the swim up bar. We got drinks. It was seriously a blast, and we all got to just have so much fun together. I didn't record anything at Margaritaville, and I didn't even get that many clips from the beach. I just didn't have my phone on me. I didn't really think about it. I just didn't really worry about it, but my dad did get some clips on his GoPro. Just note that they are a little bit shaky because we forgot to turn on the built-in stabilization, but these are some really fun clips he got.
It's too deep to stand there, and we can't see it, so I'm just going down and we'll look at it later.
I got a good tide on
You
it.
do. You got three toes on that bad boy.
Look at this.
It's a petrified turd.
I could play.
I know these people. So, you guys were just at the emergency room and they gave you a shot, is that right?
Yep. I took like a quarter of it. Katie had the rest.
Like, you only get one?
Cough medicine. We both only got one.
It's the Mary Pile-on over here.
Yeah.
After drinking and being in the sun all day, we were a little bit sunburnt, definitely tired, so we went back and took showers. I drank my V8, and then we all took a nap pretty much, and then we got ready for dinner after this. I'm all dressed up for the 80s night. Not perfect, but I just hit the bed. It's not perfect, but it's just things that I had, except I don't know why I have the black bodysuit, the black armbands. I should have brought black socks, but I brought white socks, so oh well. So this was the 80s night, the 80s rock and glow party. The show did 80s and it was so much fun. Only me and my sister went. I had to show her 80s outfit that she also brought. It was super cute.
Alright DJ, they're gonna taste you a bit of rock and roll. Let's give them some more rock and roll with this next one. Let's see what you got this next one.
So day 5 was our last full day on the ship, and it was a day at sea. I love having a day at sea as my last day. I never want to do one where a port day is the last day. I think that would be a lot more stressful. I like that we could just pack and relax and do whatever we wanted to. So we started out with the sea day brunch. I got some grits, I got turkey bacon, this amazing pancake thing, Bloody Mary, of course, and it was just a really relaxing, fun day. We went to the debarkation presentation, partially because we love Andy and wanted to see him, also partially because we wanted to understand what we were supposed to do when we got off the ship. We also went to the casino just to finish out with the rest of the money that we brought just to use for the casino. And of course, my youngest sister ended up getting like $24 or something like that. So that was really fun. Then it was time for lunch, so I went to the Mongolian Wok again. This is a station where you can pick all your own fixings, what types of noodles that you want, if you even want noodles, the different meat that you want, and then your sauce, and they'll cook it up for you. It is seriously so good. I would eat this every day of my life if I could. Then we went over to the area we've been sitting at most days and we ate our lunch, and then we played some card games and some board games that we had brought. After this, we went and we did a movie trivia. It was a really fun time. Then of course we went back to the area we were sitting at and we played some more card games. I'm also trying to finish up my bottle of wine that I had brought, so I had poured a very large glass. At this point it was like 4 p.m. I think, and we realized we probably should start packing. So after we finished up playing our games, we went back to our room, saw our pretty towel animal / heart that they left us. I finished off my wine and we got to packing, and because we were in the 3-person interior room, it was kind of hard for all 3 of us to do it at once, so we did 2 at a time and then somebody else did theirs. That's kind of how we did the unpacking also. And then we went and hung out in my parents' room before dinner. After dinner, we went to the comedy show. It was packed because both comedians were doing a show, and then after that, the cruise director, Andy, was doing a show, and he's super funny, so of course everybody had to go see him. Then we just went back to our room, and we got cozied up for the night, and I was very sad that it was our last night, of course, but we were a little bit surprised and woken up about 2:30 a.m. because the boat was rocking like crazy. So me and one of my sisters went out to check it out, and it actually wasn't as bad as we felt like it was. She was feeling a little bit sick and throwing up, getting motion sickness. I was starting to feel sick. We were so tired, and luckily everything was fine. So we just made ourselves go back to sleep about 4:30 a.m. and then we woke up at about 7:30 a.m. and we finished up our packing. We got brunch at the buffet, and then they called our muster station for us to leave the ship. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and that you're doing well. Bye.